Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Night Terrors, The Flash #1. The Night Terrors continue, but before we get into that, let's talk about the creative team. This book is written by Paknadel, who is very quickly becoming one of the writers that I look for their work. So when I saw that he was on this book, I definitely wanted to check it out. There's a lot of Night Terrors books out this week that are #1, so I really have to sort through, prioritize. And Paknadel's name really brought this up to, high to the top of the list. With art by Daniel Bayliss, colors by Igor Monti, and letters by Simon Bowland. As you know, everything is in nightmares at the time. So let me give you a quick synopsis for this book, and then we'll talk more about it. After the Flash family freed Barry Allen from the dimension Pariah locked him in, the Scarlet Speedster was able to return home for some quality time with Iris and his loved ones. But after the world is plunged into the nightmare realm, Barry's trapped in a different cage, and he'll have to find his way out of his way out on his own. So yeah, this insomnia is really taking over this. Everyone's kind of caught up in these realms, and the story here, I think it's a really interesting approach because we see that the Flash thinks everything's okay, but something happens to Wally, and unfortunately something's always happening to Wally. But this is a nightmare realm, so we don't really it really leads you to believe that one of Barry's greatest fears, because as we've learned, these nightmares are fueled by your own insecurities and fears. It makes sense that one of Barry's biggest fears is losing Wally again, right? He's lost him multiple times, and they have a really big connection. And I think Paknadel really focuses in on that. But then also, how can a speedster be lost in a battle? So very interesting stuff. I also want to say Daniel Bayliss art. Let me pull up some previous stuff. It is incredible. Anytime Barry uses the Speed Force or goes fast, or even just and then of course this is all combined with Monty's colors. I love this scene here at the top, the top panel after the 9-panel grid. Just looking at the background, it immediately tells you that something's wrong, something's off about this world. And then I just love seeing the second panel, after we see Iris talking to Barry, just showing up in the foot, just the foot with the lightning. There's some other really cool pages that unfortunately I don't have previews for that happen later on. But as you can see here, this just brings a lot of some very interesting composition shots, right? There's no need to have us look from behind Barry in this big page here at Wally in the hospital bed. But I love that artists just find interesting way to show us things that would otherwise be a little bit more boring or maybe even more mundane. Now, obviously, Wally being laid up in a hospital bed is not that, but that's just an example. Right, you have to choose an interesting, and then also it adds a lot of darkness to that panel because we see a lot of the shadow. But I will say the last few pages of this issue, the art team goes all out when it comes to Barry using the Speed Force and just going fast. Even all the covers, I did you'll see at the end, which I'll just bring them up now. I thought it was interesting that all of the covers are very similar. I understand that the assignment was probably very similar for all three variant artists, but it's surprising how closely they resemble each other, right? I think all three artists here capture the essence of what the Flash being in a nightmare realm would look like, which was really interesting. That it all kind of came to look not the same. Obviously, they're very different compositions, but just very similar. Anyway, let me know which cover you picked out. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.